Hello everyone and welcome back to Odoo Tech. In today's Odoo 18 development tutorial, we are building a powerful customization that automatically generates product internal references based on the category. So no more manual entry of SKUs. Let's automate it. So lots of audience, friends, they have requested that I have not done this customization in Odoo 18. So this is the tutorial for you guys today. So as you can see, we are using Odoo 18. Let me just go in settings. And you can see we are using Odoo 18 Enterprise Edition. It doesn't matter if you're using a community edition or enterprise because product module is in both editions. And if I just go back in Visual Studio Code, as you can see, the famous custom folder, which has not got anything. So we will create a feature where when a product is created, Odoo will generate its internal reference code or default code automatically using a different prefix depending on its category. For example, products in the remote category might be numbered like REM 0001 and then REM 002 and so on. And if a category is overseas, for example, or whatever you want to call it, then our product will be look like OVER and then 0001, 0002, so on and so on. Every Odoo module starts with a manifest file, guys. So this is the blueprint where we define what the module is. So let's start creating a module in our custom folder. So first of all, I am creating a new folder which I call product reference. Okay. So this is our module name. So first file we are going to create is init file.py. Second file we will be creating is manifest file as usual. The most important file in our module. Then we will be creating a new folder which is called models. Then we will be creating a new folder which is data. I guess that's it. So first in this init file, we are referencing models because that's what we are using. In this models folder, we are going to create an init file. Okay. And so first of all, let me just copy the contents in manifest. Okay, guys, so this is our manifest file. And this is the blueprint where we define what the module is, who made it, and how Odoo should install and run it. In this case, we are telling Odoo to load our custom product code logic and the sequence definitions used to generate SKUs based on product categories. So what is a manifest.py in Odoo? It's a module descriptor file that tells Odoo what your module does, which dependencies it has, what files to load, and whether it is installable and more. So in our case, name. This is the name of our module as it appears in the Odoo's apps list. Then the summary. In here, auto-generate default code based on product category. A short one-line summary to give users a quick idea of what this module does. Then the description. When a new product is created, if its category is one of the top level ones, the internal reference default code is auto-generated. For example, if the category is remote, the code will start with REM and then REM 001, 002, etc., etc. A detailed description shown in the Odoo module page helps explain the logic and use case. Then the author, you can just write your name or whoever is designing this module. So in our case, Odoo is Tech. Then depends. declares module dependencies. In this case, product is required because we are extending the product.template module. Then the data specifies the XML files to load when the module is installed, and we have defined product reference sequences in product underscore internal underscore seq.xml file. This is the file we are going to create. So let's create it, new file. That's it. And then installable true tells Odoo that this module is ready to be installed. And then application false if true. This module would be treated as a full Odoo app with a top level menu. Since this is a backend feature, so set it to false. Right, guys. After that, we are going to create a Python file in our models folder. So let me just copy that in models, and in init file, we are going to reference this product underscore template underscore extension, and this is our file. We have extended the product.template model to override the create method so that when a product is created, it gets an automatically generated internal reference default code based on its category. So first, let me just show you this from Odoo import models API. Then the next line. So models to extend existing Odoo models, API to use Odoo decorators like API.model underscore create underscore multi, which we will be using in when we will be going to override create method. For translations, if you want, you can also use error message validation error we are using here to raise validation messages if something's missing. So we start with class product template models.model, and then inherit is product.templates. This tells Odoo I want to add custom logic to the existing product.template model. Then we are overriding the create method, api.model underscore create underscore multi, and then the method create method self comma walls underscore list. This decorate allows handling bulk product creation, not just one at a time. That's we will use vols underscore list. And then the next is prefix underscore mapping is remote, is we are calling REM, then in country and overseas. A dictionary that maps category names to prefixes. So we are actually mapping a dictionary. These prefixes will be used in our internal references default underscore code. So then for vols and vols underscore list, we are iterating over products being created, handles each product's creation data vols individually, and skip if already has a default code. If not, vols dot get default underscore code. If the product already has a reference entered by the user, it skips the auto generation. Then category underscore id is equal to vols dot get categ underscore id. If not category id, then raise validation error. So basically, if no category is selected, Odoo throws an error and stops the process. Then category is equal to self.env product.category.browse category ID. And then category name underscore clean is category.name.strip.title. So it loads the category record, cleans the name, removes spaces, fixes casing for safe matching in the prefix mapping. Then prefix and this line So basically, if no prefix is found for the given category name, raises a clear error. Then try to get a sequence generated code. SEQ underscore code is equal to product.internal.ref plus category underscore name underscore clean dot load dot replace with space. So it dynamically builds a sequence name based on the category, tries to get the next number for that sequence, and then assign a new reference or fallback. So if new code, vols, and then default code is equal to new code and then else fallback, search last product with the same prefix and increment. So basically, if a sequence is available, use it. Otherwise, it will go in the else statement and find the last product with a matching prefix. Increment the numeric part, start at 0001 if nothing found, and ensure it is always 4 digits after the prefix. So in our case, for example, REM 0001. And then return the super, pass the updated product values with the generated reference back to the default Odoo logic to save them. So this is the flow which I have created. I hope you have understood it. Line by line, I have just tried. And if you will want to ask any question, please feel free and you can ask me any question. So now our next file is the XML file, and we will create it in data folder. The name is product underscore internal underscore seq.xml. Let me just copy the content. Right. This XML defines 3 independent sequences that Odoo uses to auto-generate internal references for products based on category. So first, Odoo and data no update is 1. So root tag for any Odoo data XML file. No update is equal to 1 tells Odoo not to update these records when the module is upgraded. Not every time. So just do it, install it one time at first, and don't do it every single time when we are upgrading our module. Then the first record is, first I talk about the ID, internal Odoo ID used for referencing or debugging. So this is I call this SEQ underscore product underscore internal underscore ref underscore remote. Then the name, human readable name in the UI. Code is then the third line code, the key that your Python code will use. So if you see this product.internal.ref.remote. So if you go in Python, you can find the key here in the dictionary where we are creating. Here. Yep. And then this is the prefix. We are starting with REM for this category remote. Then padding, total number of digits after the prefix, and number next. Starting value, first product will get REM0001. The next one, again the ID and all the other things are same except this prefix inc. So I have just started for in country, the abbreviation. You can just start up anything, whatever you like. But for this case, for these categories, the product default code will be INC0001, INC002, etc. And then the sequence 3 is overseas. generates codes like over 0001, over 002, etc., etc. So guys, this is our XML file for our sequencing. I have already explained you, because we have created a Python file in our models folder. That's why we are referencing in our init file. This is our main module init file, so we are just referencing models here, and this is the manifest file. Okay, let me just create a new folder as well, which I call static. In this folder, let me create a new folder description. And in this folder, let me create a file which is the icon file, icon for our module. Here you go. So this is a module picture which you can use as well. So I believe that's it. So what we do, let's install this module and we see that what we have achieved so far. So let's restart our Odoo service. We go on UI, and before going on UI, we just copy and paste our module name. In our case, it's custom product internal reference. Go in apps, but before, make sure your developer mode is on, and then paste your module here, module name here, and then you will see that it will find your module. This is custom product internal reference. So we can click on activate. Right, it has been installed. And now if we can go in sales and products. So at the moment, we have all these products here. Let's start with new test. And here, if you see, I have already created these categories, overseas, remote, and let's create a new category. If you want to create new product categories, you need to go in sales and click on configuration, and here product categories. So here we have already created overseas, remote. So let's create a new category which is in country. Let me again check our in country, which is this one. So right, we can save it here. So now we have got all these these categories: in country, overseas, remote. So let's test our functionality. So we are going to create a new product and we call it new test 1. New test 1. And first we start with category in country. So as you can see, the reference is nothing here. So we are going to press this. So you see, voila, Inc 0001. So we are going to create a new one and we call it 2. And again, we select in country. So it should be Inc 0002 now. It's perfect. Let's create a new one. And now it should be 3. It's perfect. It's working perfect. So now, guys, we are going to test another category. And it's 4. Sorry. It's 4 and category we choose overseas now. So let's save it. So it's over 0001. Perfect. Let's create a new one. Perfect. One more. Perfect. Okay, guys. And now the last one is in country or remote. Voila. Amazing. Now, perfect. And the last, we try one more. And it should be 3, which is perfect. Guys, you have seen how smooth it is, how convenient it is, how magical it is. And I have tried my best to explain you line by line and by creating each and every file and module. And also, I will be able to, you will be able to download this module code as well. I will also give you the link, guys. So, and that's it for today's Odoo 18 development tutorial. We have seen how to auto-generate product internal references, SKUs, based on the product category using custom Python logic and Odoo sequences. This approach not only saves time, but also ensures your product codes are structured and easy to track. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you have any questions or want to suggest a new topic. I'm Farouk from Odooistic. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, happy coding. Bye-bye.